Hi everybody, my name is Lisa and you are watching One Lisa Show. It is Friday Sews, yay! I actually did some sewing this week, but I don't have a completed project. Let me start off with what I'm wearing because I always forget. This is the Galaxy Tee by Pattern Scissors Cloth. I've had this for a couple of years now. It was a free pattern when I downloaded that pattern. I do not know if it's free anymore. It's too big on me. I've been losing weight. That's Money Penny. She's in the other room watching out the window on her quilt that she loves from Adam Sews. We might hear more of her. She was sitting here and then she took off when I turned the camera on. Anyway, I've lost a lot of weight because I have Invisalign now. I'm like a week and a half into Invisalign. I was also in the hospital, so I lost a lot of weight. I've lost since the beginning of July almost 15 pounds. That's a lot for one person to lose in 1 month. But I digress. Let's talk about sewing. My sewing, and then I'll do a little life. Last weekend, I decided to dive into a pattern that I bought last summer because it was a summertime pattern and I had found some clearance fabric that I loved and I just, to me, seemed like a match made in heaven, and then I didn't make it. So then it went off to the side and now we're almost towards the end of summer again and I was determined to make this. It is McCalls 8193 and many of you have probably seen this. It is a cute pattern. It is a simple dress. It's got wide straps that button in the front. It is a gathered tiered dress, and it really is two variations, and then the third is just a color blocking option. So there's a shorter version with a mini ruffle at the bottom, and then there's the long with the 3 tiers. These are all gathered. Alongside here is shank buttons, and that is how you open it and close it. But if you notice, the model, it kind of looks a little loose on her, right? Here are the back. It is, FYI, they call it an easy pattern. I think it's not, I would not call it an easy pattern at this point. And the reason I'm saying it's not an easy pattern is because I've already had fit issues and I've done very little to it. I did search this pattern number, and I highly suggest if you ever want inspiration or help or just a heads up on issues with patterns, always go into Instagram or Pattern Review or even Minerva and put in the search bar the pattern number, M8193. You get so much on Instagram, and I saw a lot of fails. I saw a lot of people that had to hack it, had to make adjustments, and even on YouTube, Andra Makes, and I remember watching her video before because I had liked it, and I pulled it back up and saw that I had liked it. So I had watched that video, and yet here I am going for it. Let me show you the fabric. This is something I bought on clearance last summer. I have tons of it, thank God, because I love it. It is this beautiful cotton blend twill, and I want to say it's a lyocell blend twill from Joann's. It's a beautiful pastel rainbow gingham. I love it. Perfect flowy. It's got a little weight. I cut the size 18. I was hesitant. I think it took me like a whole day to realize what size I wanted to cut. My measurements say I'm an 18, and I went heavily on the bust measurement. And part of me wanted to do the 16, and in retrospect, I should have done the 16. But I did do the 18. And I decided early on I wanted the straps to tie at the top. I didn't want them to be buttoned or snapped in place. So I have cut 4 straps so I can have 2 in the front and 2 in the back, and they tie. I also decided I didn't want to do the button closure along the side. And after watching Andra Makes video, spoiler alert, she had problems too. And so did a lot of people on Instagram. The bodice, I'll show you where I'm at. I have cut it out. I have gotten the exterior bodice because it does have a lined bodice. So I have the exterior bodice, the darts, and the back. And then I did my first tier. And I sewed them completely because I thought this should be fine for me to just put over my head and then tie my straps. Whatever reason, I'm going to try it again, but I couldn't get this over I could get it over my head. I couldn't get it over my shoulders. I'm going to try it again because I would like to avoid having to put a zip in. I do realize after I did get it on with some wiggling, the front bodice is okay. The back bodice is gaping. Andrew's solution was to put a giant box pleat in the front, which looked very cute, and I think that was smart. I did some hunting on Instagram and saw a lot of people did shearing in the back to bring that in and have it a little bit more form-fitting so there wouldn't be any gaping here or here. So what I plan to do is try my hand at shearing on the back. I'll tell you what, this is going to look cute regardless. If I have to put a zip in anyway, I will put one in on the side, and the zip only needs to be like 5 or 6 inches long. It does not need to be a big zip. It just only needs to go right past this first set of gathers. That's it. So I'm not too concerned with it. I'm hoping to finish it this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. Although it has caused me a couple of issues, like I said, and this fabric, as cute as it isn't the easiest to work with. It is a little bit, it's not slippery, but it slips, if that makes sense. It's not slippery to the touch, but it doesn't stay like a woven cotton poplin does. It likes to shift. So it's not slippery, it's shifty. So that was the sewing I have done so far this week, and it hasn't been that much because I had a great opportunity to spend some time with my nieces during their summer vacation, and I ended up taking full advantage of every moment I could get, and we did a lot of fun things, and I'm not wearing any makeup today because I have some sunburn. I put sunblock on, still have sunburn, you should see my back. We hit the pool, and I wore my new swimsuit, and I love it. I loved it. I felt confident in it. And so now I am convinced that I need to do an official review on that pattern and show you. I do not have a picture of me in it, but this weekend there will be a video and I will put it back on. I just want to make sure my sunburn heals a little bit more before I put that suit back on. And I probably won't show a full body pic, but I'll show you something. I had a lot of fun with my nieces. They are both entering into the fair this year. One is doing crafts and the other one is doing baking. So we did some test batches of baking items for the one that's doing the baking, and the one doing the crafts showed me her crafts, and she's left one of the items she's entering in the fair here. I'm going to turn it in tomorrow because I have to turn in my sewing at the fair tomorrow. I don't really make jewelry. However, I love the fact that they love to do crafts. There's Penny. My niece made a necklace, and she made a necklace last year as well. This is the necklace she made this year for the fair. She's entering it into the Creative Kids category. And it is a beaded necklace that she put together all herself, and it is strung on some clear plastic, it looks like fishing line. And she even put a clasp here. She tied a clasp on, this is just beautiful. So it's one of those invisible necklaces. It's gonna look like those beads are just floating on somebody. It's really pretty. It looks like a mix of glass and plastic beads. Just really cool. Very proud of her. This is beautiful. I really hope they get some ribbons at the fair. Last year they both entered the fair and they both got some ribbons. So I'm really excited for them. I had to turn my sewing goods into the fair, and I still haven't firmed up which blouse I'm going to enter. I am leaning more towards the toucan bird Melio because it has the French seams and the pattern matching is on point. And let's talk about my Invisalign. So I have been wearing these now for a week and a half, about. I am on my second set of trays. I still have a little bit of a lisp with some sounds, the S's. I'm getting better at it. I don't even feel them that much at this point, which is interesting because there's a lot of little buttons on my teeth and I can feel those, but it's not bothersome. It's not painful. The first couple of days, it felt like I was wearing a very tight shoe, but on my teeth, if that makes sense. And now it's like on the second set of trays, I put those on Wednesday night. And I went to bed and I woke up and I was fine. And it just felt like I was still wearing the aligners that I had on before. That's how comfortable it was for me. I will say they told me this would be a 2-year process. So maybe my trays are very gently making adjustments and they're not as aggressive. But I'm okay with them. I'm happy with them. The hardest part, which I was warned by many people, including Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, is that you can't just eat whenever you want. You can drink water with these in, but they do not want you to chew and eat with these in. So you have to take them out, put them aside, then you eat, then you have to brush your teeth to put them back in. You gotta make sure they're clean. So it is a little bit of a hassle and it's making me think, but I'm not snacking, and that, I'm going to tell you, I'm a snacking girl, so it has been hard, but I think I'm adjusting pretty good. It didn't hurt that I was not really eating a lot of foods when this started. So it wasn't like an overnight, you can't have crackers or candy. But when I eat dinner, I want my treat right after dinner. Like, I'm not messing around. I'm getting my scoop of ice cream or my cookie, and I'm having that right now. And it's been all week. Because I know once these trays go in, once I'm done, I got to go brush my teeth and get ready, and then I get ready for bed. And I have to wear rubber bands at night, so I put those on then right away. There's that has been going on too, and I'm just working. The weather is really hot here in my part of the world, in Indiana. It has been hot this week, and it has been hot in a lot of the US. So I know I'm not the only one, and we haven't even had over 100-degree temps. I know there are plenty of states that are dealing with over 100-degree temps. We are not. We're in the 90s. But it has been hot, and I have been finding myself, like I said, I was wearing my swimsuit, whereas I was a little hesitant to be showing off so much of my body. And I go to the pool at the Y all the time. I go to that pool, but I go to the indoor pool, and there's not a lot of people in the lap pool, and I just go do my thing. Their outside pool is a good old-fashioned outside pool where you are in the water, you're out there with people, and you're not necessarily doing laps. I also did finish this dress. I kind of forgot about that. I finished this dress. How does it look? I have some pictures I'll insert. I made the hem too short, and I think what I'm actually going to do with that is probably add a hemband at the bottom just so I can wear it, because I think it's so cute how it is. I was going to just shorten it and make it a top and leave it at that. But it's such a cute dress. I'm going to wear it at the fair next week. So I'll probably just take that hem out and then add a small hemband. And that would be more than enough to add on. I really only need like 2 inches. This has been a longer than I expected video. I hope you guys are having fun doing something creative wherever you are in the world. And I thank you so much for watching. Penny thanks you as well. She's now by my feet. Have a great weekend. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It would be wonderful. And we will be putting out, you see this little nose? Do you see this little nose? She is the sweetest little dog, but she's so loud. We will be putting out a video on my swimsuit this weekend. I promise. I will be working on it first thing in the morning because I loved it so much. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you